everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going exploring something pretty amazing. It's called Kintsugi.
Ooh, very cool.
And to help us break it all down, we have an expert joining us today.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, this is going to be great. We're going to be talking about a piece called The Art of Kintsugi, Embracing Imperfection in Craft and Life.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of this?
I have. I'm familiar with Kintsugi.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to be kind of diving into that piece and just kind of like exploring all the different aspects of it.
Yeah, sounds great.
Have you ever heard of this idea that like a broken teacup could be worth more after it's broken than before?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the magic of Kintsugi, right?
Yeah. So how about this? Like, how can like fixing a teacup help us deal with trauma?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right. That's deep.
And then, like, what does all this have to do with saving the planet?
All right, I'm hooked. Let's do it.
Awesome. Okay. So let's just jump right in. What exactly is Kintsugi?
Oh, the kintsugi, it literally translates to golden joinery.
And it's this Japanese art of repairing broken pottery
Okay.
with a special lacquer. And it's mixed with precious metals,
Right.
like gold or silver platinum.
Wow. So you're like making this broken pottery even more valuable.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of hiding the damage,
Yeah.
you know, we actually want to kind of highlight it.
Right.
We're making it part of the beauty.
Wow.
So imagine these like beautiful golden veins running through the ceramic,
Oh, that's cool.
not hiding the cracks, but,
Yeah.
like almost like accenting them.
So like you can see where it was broken, but now it's like
Yeah.
even more beautiful.
Yeah, it's like the pottery's telling a story.
Yeah.
And those golden lines are like the highlights,
Yeah.
the moments that make it unique.
Oh, I love that. That's such a cool way to think about it. It's like each repair becomes like a part of its history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful concept.
And it's not about erasing the past. It's about like incorporating the past into the present.
Exactly.
Okay, so to understand this a little bit better, where did this come from?
So we have to go back to 15th century Japan.
Okay.
There was this shogun named Ashikaga Yoshimasa.
Okay,
Yoshimasa. And he had this beloved Chinese tea bowl.
Okay.
And he sent it back to China for repairs.
Oh.
But when it came back,
Mm-hmm.
it was fixed with these like clunky metal staples.
What?
Yeah, it was not a good look.
I can only imagine, like, you send your prize tea bowl away, and then it comes back looking like Frankenstein.
Exactly. It was a patched up mess.
So what happened?
Well, the shogun was not happy.
I bet he wasn't.
And this actually sparked a whole new approach to ceramic repair in Japan.
Wow.
Artisans started experimenting with different techniques.
Mm.
And eventually, Kintsugi was born.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and it wasn't just about, making the bowl functional again.
Sure.
It's about elevating it, transforming it into something even more beautiful and valuable than before.
It's like this happy accident. Makes you wonder if that tea bowl ever made it back to China after he saw that.
Yeah, who knows what happened to it?
But seriously, like, a simple desire for a more aesthetically pleasing repair led to this, like, whole profound art form.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So this kintsugi goes even deeper than that.
It does. It's connected to this Japanese aesthetic of wabi-sabi.
Wabi-sabi?
Have you ever heard of this concept?
I've heard of it. I don't know if I fully understand it.
It's one of those things that's
Yeah.
simple and complex at the same time.
Yeah, it's hard to wrap your head around.
It is. But essentially, wabi-sabi is about finding beauty in imperfection
Okay.
and the kind of transient nature of things.
Oh. So, like, nothing's perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the beauty is in that imperfection.
Okay, so appreciating, like, the wear and tear, the
Yeah.
marks of time.
Yeah. The things that make each object unique and tell a story.
Okay, so it's like with kintsugi, it's not about fixing it to make it look like it was never broken.
Right.
It's about making those imperfections part of the story.
Yeah, you're embracing those imperfections and seeing them as part of the object's beauty and history.
Okay, this is so cool. It's a whole different way to look at the world.
It is, instead of striving for this like unattainable perfection,
Yeah.
wabi-sabi and by extension kintsugi encourages us to find beauty in the cracks, in the things that make each object and each life unique.
So it's like this goes beyond pottery. It's like a way of life.
Exactly.
This is incredible.
It's a philosophy.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued. This is way more than just like a cool way to fix a broken vase.
It's a whole philosophy. It's
Yeah.
a way of looking at the world.
Okay, so imagine applying this to yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so like think about times you felt broken. Like after a difficult experience or a setback,
Sure.
what if instead of hiding those cracks, we like embrace them?
Ooh, interesting.
Like what if we saw those as part of what makes us who we are?
I like that.
Right.
It's powerful.
It's like those golden repairs are like a metaphor for how we heal and grow.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we can look at this art form through so many different lenses. It's not just aesthetic. It's philosophical. It's even therapeutic.
I love it.
So let's dig into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
How does Kintsugi connect to like our own mental well-being?
So therapists have started using the Kintsugi metaphor
Okay.
to help people work through trauma,
Okay.
grief, feelings of inadequacy. Just like Kintsugi takes something broken
Mm.
and makes it whole again. Therapy can help us acknowledge our wounds, mend our emotional cracks, you could say.
I like that. And emerge stronger and more resilient.
It's a beautiful concept.
It's empowering. It's like saying, yeah, I've been hurt, but I'm not defined by my pain. I can heal. And those scars, those golden repairs,
Yeah.
are like a testament to my strength.
That's beautiful.
Right.
It's about acknowledging the pain, honoring it,
Yeah.
and using it to become a more complete, more resilient version of ourselves.
This is blowing my mind. We started with fixing pottery, and now we're talking about healing emotional wounds. That's incredible.
It is.
How much depth there is to this.
And there's even more to explore.
Well, there's more.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, tell me.
Kintsugi isn't just limited to pottery.
Okay.
Its principles are being applied in all sorts of fields, from art and design to environmental sustainability.
Wait a minute, hold on. Fixing a broken cup is going to help us save the planet.
It's all connected.
Okay, tell me more.
So think about it. We live in a culture of disposability, right?
Right.
Something breaks, we toss it out,
Yeah.
we get a new one. But Kintsugi challenges that mentality.
Right.
It encourages us to repair and cherish what we have, to see the beauty in the imperfect, to appreciate the history and the resources that are embodied in each object.
So instead of throwing something away because it's got a crack in it, you're saying we should fix it.
Exactly.
Embrace that imperfection.
Yeah.
And give it a new life.
Give it a new lease on life.
Okay.
And by doing so, we're not just reducing waste, we're making a statement about our values.
So it's almost like a philosophical statement.
It is.
We're saying that we value durability, resourcefulness, the beauty of imperfection over
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
the newest, shiniest thing.
I love it.
This is so cool.
And you know what's fascinating?
Yeah.
Is we're seeing this ancient art form kind of re-emerging in modern society
Yeah.
in ways we never imagined.
Okay, hold on. We got to pause right here.
Okay,
Let's take a break.
that's good.
And when we come back, we'll hear about all the ways that Kintsugi is being used today.
Awesome. I'm excited. It's incredible to see how Kintsugi is inspiring like a whole new generation of artists and creators.
Oh, yeah.
They're not just like copying the old techniques. They're like taking the philosophy
Yeah.
and reinterpreting it in fresh and exciting ways.
Okay, so what are some of these modern day Kintsugi marvels?
Let's start with visual art.
Okay.
There's this artist I came across
Yeah.
who creates these like stunning sculptures from discarded materials,
Okay.
like broken glass, scrap metal, even like electronic waste.
Interesting.
And she uses that Kintsugi technique to join these pieces together,
Okay.
highlighting the cracks with gold,
Wow.
creating these thought-provoking masterpieces.
It's like she's taking what society considers trash and turning it into something beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And valuable.
What's even more fascinating is how these artists are using Kintsugi to address like contemporary social issues.
Yeah. Like, for example,
Mm-hmm.
there's this sculptor who uses Kintsugi to repair broken dolls,
Huh.
symbolizing the healing of childhood trauma
Wow.
and the resilience of the human spirit.
That's really powerful.
It is.
The art can be such a powerful tool for expression.
Absolutely.
Feeling.
And you know, Kintsugi isn't just limited to sculpture.
Oh, really?
There's a whole movement in the fashion world called visible mending.
Visible men.
It's inspired by Kintsugi. So
Right.
designers are like incorporating these visible repairs into their clothing,
So instead of hiding a hole in your jeans, you're like making it a fashion statement.
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, so you're like embracing the rip.
Yeah. It's about celebrating the history of the garment,
Mm-hmm.
the wear and tear that it's endured, the beauty that can emerge from those imperfections.
So like I've had these jeans for 10 years. And look at all the cool rips and tears.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
It's also a statement against like fast fashion
Right.
and the culture of disposability.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So this is like a really cool way to be more sustainable.
Absolutely. I love this.
And you know what's even more inspiring?
What?
This trend is catching on beyond just like high fashion. Like people are learning to mend their own clothes,
Oh, wow.
using visible mending techniques,
Wow.
extending the lifespan of their garments, reducing textile waste.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like Kintsugi is sparking this like DIY revolution, encouraging people to be more resourceful and to appreciate what they have.
That's so awesome.
It is.
Remember earlier we were talking about kintsugi being used in therapy?
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just a theoretical concept?
No, it's not.
How are therapists actually using kintsugi to help people?
For example, there's a therapist who uses Kintsugi in like group therapy sessions.
For people who've experienced loss or trauma, she has them work together to repair broken pottery
Okay.
using the kintsugi method,
Okay.
encouraging them to share their stories,
Yeah.
connect with each other,
Yeah.
find healing through that shared experience,
Wow.
right?
So it's like the act of repairing the pottery
Right.
becomes a metaphor for repairing their own brokenness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that gold, the precious metal,
Hmm.
represents the resilience and the strength
Yeah.
that they find within themselves
I love that.
and within the group.
So what's really cool about this is that it's not just talking about it. They're actually doing something with their hands.
Yeah, that process of working with their hands,
Mm-hmm.
focusing on those intricate details, can be incredibly grounding and therapeutic.
Yeah, it helps them like stay present in the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And connect with their own inner strength.
It's amazing how Kintsugi can be such a versatile tool.
It is.
For healing.
And one of the most exciting things about kintsugi is its accessibility.
Okay, what do you mean?
It's not just something you see in a museum
No.
or read about in a book.
Right.
There are kintsugi workshops popping up everywhere.
Wait a minute. I can learn to do this?
You absolutely can.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
And you'd be surprised by the types of people who are drawn to these workshops. You get your artists, of course,
Yeah.
but also therapists, environmentalists, everyday people who are just looking for a creative outlet, a way to connect with a mindful practice or to learn a new skill.
I love that.
Right.
It's not just about learning a technique.
Right.
It's about tapping into this deeper philosophy of Kintsugi,
Exactly.
learning to embrace imperfection,
Yeah.
and finding beauty in unexpected places.
And connecting with other people who
Yeah.
share that same passion.
So you're building community
Absolutely.
at the same time.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people find that working with their hands,
Yeah.
focusing on those intricate details can be incredibly meditative and therapeutic.
It's like that antidote to our fast-paced, always-on digital world.
It is.
It's a chance to slow down, reconnect with your senses, find peace in the process.
I love that.
So it's more than just fixing pottery. It's like mending broken spirits.
Yeah.
It's fostering connections. It's building a more sustainable world.
Beautiful.
One golden repair at a time.
That's a great way to put it.
All right, so now we have to ask the question, how can we as individuals apply this wisdom to our own lives?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah, so maybe we need a moment to reflect on everything that we've talked about so far and delve into the personal implications of Kintsugi. So we've been talking about this amazing art of Kintsugi, and it's clear that it's more than just like a cool technique.
Right. It's a whole philosophy.
Yeah, so how can we take this and apply it to our own lives?
Well, you don't have to have broken pottery lying around to practice the principles of Kintsugi.
So it's more about like a mindset.
Yeah. It's about how we approach the broken parts of ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, we all have those things that we try to hide.
Absolutely. Those imperfections, those cracks in our facade.
Right.
We all want to present this perfect image.
Yeah.
But Kintsugi is wait a minute. Embrace those imperfections.
Right. Instead of trying to erase our past mistakes or pretend we've never been hurt.
Yeah.
Kintsugi is saying.
Wow.
Acknowledge those experiences.
That's part of your journey.
Yeah. Honor them. And then use them to become stronger.
Those so-called imperfections,
Yeah.
they shape us.
It's instead of being ashamed of our scars,
Yeah.
we're highlighting them with gold.
Yeah, I love that. It's
Yeah.
those golden repairs. They don't erase the cracks. They make them part of the story.
And it makes the object even more beautiful.
Absolutely.
It's those experiences make us more beautiful.
More interesting.
More interesting.
More compassionate.
Yeah.
More understanding.
And I think that's the biggest takeaway from this whole Kintsugi thing.
What do you think?
It's about changing our perspective. It's about seeing the beauty in the brokenness.
Instead of judging ourselves so harshly, what if we could appreciate the beauty in our shared human experience?
Yeah, and the imperfections that connect us all.
I love that.
So as we wrap up this deep dive on Kintsugi, I want to leave you with this. What golden repairs can you make in your own life?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What imperfections can you embrace?
What wounds can you mend?
And what beauty can you create from those experiences?
I love that.
It's not about erasing your past or being perfect. It's about honoring your journey
Yeah.
and embracing those imperfections.
Finding the strength and the beauty
Yeah.
that lie within those golden cracks.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep embracing the beauty of imperfection.
Beautiful.